Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. Welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm hoping it's going to be a wonderful year for you. I hope you had a good Christmas. Um, I did too. And I'm hoping you're having a good day and that it's going to be a wonderful year for you. So got a lot coming up this year. Got a lot of sort of ideas. Now over for Christmas and my birthday, which is the 30th of December. As a combined sort of gift to to myself, I decided to get myself a new headset. Um, I've I'm talking about virtual reality, and I had an Oculus Rift, and show you it here. Um, so this is the box that it came in. It's quite a big old box, and if we look in here, as you can see, there's the all the old gear, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do with this. I don't know whether to keep it or to um, sell it or what. I'm not quite sure. So I'll have to have a think about that. Also, as well, if anything should go wrong with the new one, I've kind of got a backup one, so maybe do something like that. I don't know. So here is the new one. As you can see there, a much smaller box, and that is mostly because there are no there aren't the sensors in this one, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to upgrade. I absolutely could not stand the sensors. Now I can't say whether the ones on the Vive are better. The Lighthouse sensors, maybe they were better. I can only tell you about the Oculus ones, and they were just awful. If you moved them at all whilst like cleaning, polishing, anything like that, or I was trying to get to the TV, um, you would have to go through the whole setup all over again, and I just found them very annoying. Plus, I would have needed to spend probably around another £120 to get another two sensors to go behind, and then there's cables, and then there's thinking about management. So yeah, I saw this one with the inside-out tracking, and I thought, yes, that is for me. Now, I wouldn't say it's a 2.0 headset. Most people would agree that it's not that, but in my experience, it is a sizable upgrade. The optics and the screen, whilst not a massive upgrade, I think 1280 by 1440 per eye, so 2560, 1440 across the board. So not a massive upgrade. I can't remember what the Oculus was, but it was quite a bit lower. But it's not so much the bump in resolution. I think it's more the screen that they use, and the optics, and it is so far. I had a few problems with it in that I got it. It was stuck in some sort of software loop. So it updated itself. I already had the software on there because of the old headset. It updated itself, and then it just got stuck in this kind of loop. So here, if I just pop that down there, I can show you the headset. So here's the headset. It is actually on. It's a beautiful looking headset, I think. Very minimal. This time, rather than the other headset, they didn't go for the baseball cap type design. They went for more for the PS VR style Halo head strap. Now, I actually like this. Some people don't, some people do. That's always going to be the case. But yeah, I really like this. So you just you undo it, so you can stretch it out, or tighten it up. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's very light. It's got five cameras on it. So there's two here. There's ones on the side here, and here, and so that's the four. And there's one on the top as well. I hope you could see that. So there's another one there. So if you're up over your head, it can still track. The tracking is very, very good. I highly recommend, if you've got the money. And the thing is, there seems to now be headsets for everybody's budget. You've got the Windows Mixed Reality headsets that can be had for a few £100. You've got this one, which is also £400. And if you don't have a computer, or maybe you're planning to get a computer down the line, then obviously the most popular Oculus product is the Oculus Quest, which basically has a Snapdragon processor built into it, and the screen, and the tracking cameras. So it is basically this, but with no tethers. You don't need a computer for it. You just set it up with your phone, and off you go. You don't need to put your phone in it. That's all built into it. So that is proving very, very popular. And then obviously recently, they brought out the Oculus Link cable. I don't think everybody's getting it. I know, over the sort of Christmas period, and I go on YouTube quite a lot, and there are a lot of people getting headsets. They will be buying Link cables as well, and I think Oculus, and Valve, to a lesser extent Vive, they seem to have lost their way a little bit, but then they were always a little bit too expensive for what they were offering, really. But yeah, so I don't think a lot of people are getting these cables at the moment. So I think Oculus are struggling a little bit. So if you are waiting for your cable, hold in there. There are also on Amazon, I think there are cables that you can buy. The Party Link cable, I think it's called. Currently, they're out of stock as well, I believe. So yeah, you may need to wait until they're back in stock. But yeah, basically, the Link cable allows the Oculus Quest to hook up to a computer, and then you can play full fat games as well. But at the time, before I really knew anything about that cable, for me the Quest didn't really make much sense. First of all, down the line I may get one because I can see some advantages to it. But I already had an Oculus. I had the software. I'd already bought quite a lot of games, and the Quest, the Quest and the Rift S have completely different platforms. Now, some developers may give you a free copy if you have that game on the Oculus Rift platform, maybe. But how many developers are going to do that? You're never going to know. So, for me, I already had the software installed. I already had games. I have a powerful computer. Well, fairly good. It's getting a little aged. I need to look into updating it, particularly the motherboard and the processor. But it's still pretty capable of what it needs to do. So for me, uh, the Rift S made more sense for me. But down the line, I could see myself maybe getting a Quest as well. I could show it to other people. I like that idea of it, being able to go and show people how amazing this technology is, because it is really, really good. So yeah, I'm hoping to make some videos. I'm not sure yet. Comments down below if on your thoughts. I know I see a lot of other people doing VR, and they tend to pretty much like this is. So you have the screen with whatever I'm playing, and then a little square with me. Now, in the beginning, I was never particularly keen on having myself in the videos at all, but people seem to want it, so I did it. Whether, but whether or not you need a little picture of me standing there with the Oculus headset on, I don't know. So I'm thinking about whether I really need to do that. I think what you guys need to see most importantly, is how good the VR games are, and what you like and what you don't like, which would be the main screen here. So, yeah, I'm just thinking about how to go about it. Plus, there are lots of flat screen games that I still want to cover. Um, a question I've seen sort of banded around quite a lot on the internet is, you know, will VR games replace flat screen gaming? No, I don't think so, and I don't really understand why anybody would need or want that. In the very, very far future, perhaps, but I think the two can coincide alongside each other perfectly well. There are lots of games that would work much better on a flat screen, and maybe not so much in VR, and vice versa. So I think you know, it's not a case of one or the other. I think it's a case of we just have now different mediums with which to play games. And there are things that I think developers are finding that they can do in the VR space that they can't do quite so well, that doesn't transcend quite so well on a flat screen, and maybe vice versa. So yeah, I'm really happy with my headset. I'll just show you the controllers. The controllers are pretty much the same as the original OG. We tend to call it the OG Oculus Rift. And here's the controllers. And the only difference is now the ring is at the top of the controller rather than at the bottom, and this is so that the sensors can be picked up by the headset a lot more. But apart from that, it's a little bit smaller, but it's just as good. I mean, I think it is universally more or less understood that the Oculus hand hand sensors are, you know, among the very, very best, and they're still good. You've got like a little joystick. You've got buttons, and they just work. They work really, really well. The triggers, yeah, that they are. Apart from being a little bit smaller and the ring reversed, that's the only difference to them, and they are very, very good. Take one AAA battery. I use rechargeables, so you can just swap them in and out. Works very, very well. Whether or not one day they'll get like ones that you where the I know what I have seen some people comment on is that sometimes when you're playing something maybe like Beat Saber, a very intense game, that I don't know if you can see it here. There is the battery compartment. It's just held on by magnets. Apparently, sometimes during very intense gameplay, this can slip off. I haven't had it myself, but Yeah, I don't know. So whether or not one day they will just remove all this, have an inbuilt rechargeable battery, and then you just connect it, to a charging cable, and yeah, something like that. So maybe they'll do something like that down the line. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that's what I've been up to. Very happy with my headset, and I think the thing with this one, the original Rift, and I'm not taking anything away from it because without the original Oculus Rift and the SDK one before that, there would be no virtual reality. That is the one that started it, and so I'm very grateful. But I always noticed whenever I put it on, the it was just a little bit. I don't know. The resolution for me was a little bit grainy, um, and I noticed as soon as I put this one on that everything was just beautiful and bright and clear. And this headset makes me think that I really want to invest lots and lots more hours into VR. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful upgrade, and I'm looking forward to figuring out videos of just amazing things to show you. Uh, so that's that's all my news. That's what I've been up to. Also, of course, as well, there's lots of flat screen gaming as well to be found. I still want to do some more of my Skyrim playthrough. It's my very favourite game. I also have the obviously it's my very favourite game, so I have the VR version of Skyrim. So maybe it might be worth doing a little bit of that, interspersing it maybe. Um, Doing something like that. Also, of course, April the 16th. I can't wait for that. I have nearly a month off of work. I tried to coincide my holidays with a few bank holidays and weekends and that. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of time off to play Cyberpunk. So that's coming up. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know whether I'm going to play it um, for my first time privately or whether I'm going to stream it. I'm not sure yet because there will be lots of people playing Cyberpunk. I don't know whether I'm a much slower player, so I like to explore everything. I don't want to feel like I have to rush through the game um, because I'm thinking about um, the people viewing and their time constraints. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Again, comments down below if you want me to play it live. Obviously, I'm here to serve and to entertain. Um, so yeah, uh, yeah, I'm sort of on the fence about that, but I am massively looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077. Also, as well on Steam, I already own the Witcher 3, but I own it on GOG, and I've just got the base game. I was planning to get the DLCs, which I've heard are extremely good. And on Steam, I saw the complete edition, Game of the Year edition. So that's everything in it for, I think it was like £10.50. So I bought that as well. I don't mind having multiple copies of CD Projekt Red's games. Doesn't bother me, even if they get a little bit of that money. I'm good with that. So so yeah, I think it's going to be a busy year. Lots of ideas, to hopefully share with you of interesting videos. Try and think of unique things that will entertain you. I love doing this. And I didn't think I would. I was just experimenting and seeing whether I could do this. And I can, and I do, and I want you to enjoy it, and I enjoy doing it. And it's there's no money involved. It won't cost you anything. There's no Patreon. There's none of that. I work for a living full time, so I can afford to do this and do it in my spare time. Not that there's much of that left with this and work, and yeah, so it's not going to cost you anything. So just hopefully come along with me, enjoy the journey, and we'll just play lots of video games and interesting things that are out there. Music, comedy's a little bit of a dodgy one. Every time you just try to show somebody's amazing work, you seem to get penalised for it. It's not quite so bad for me because I'm not monetized, which in some ways is more of a blessing than any sort of hindrance. But I still have to be very, very careful, copyright infringements and that. I've often wondered, I don't know why, as a YouTuber, why YouTube and don't get together with the the copyright people and say, right, look, okay, YouTubers are just trying to create interesting content, showing the amazing things out there, amazing videos, amazing games, comedy. Let them have a license that they can pay for, that they pay for over a year, and then that license entitles them, within reason, obviously. You still can't take other people's work and pretend it's anything to do with you or your own, but just to have this license that you pay for over a year for a reasonable amount of money, and then that means that you are covered by copyright law. I think that would be just much easier, as long as you are always saying, for instance, so I'm saying, okay, here's this amazing video from G-Idol, this is their new song, and you just stipulate it's G-Idol and whoever their entertainment, whoever their company is, nothing to do with me, and you have that copyright payment, and you're covered, and you can just show the video and everybody's happy. I think that would be much easier, but yeah, what do I know? Yeah, I'm just a lowly YouTuber. So anyway, I've rambled on for enough, which is something I do like to do. So I hope you all have a beautiful day, and just know that there are hopefully lots of things that you will enjoy coming up, things that will exasperate you because I'm not doing whatever it is that you want me to do, or going in the right direction, or waffling, or yeah, so lots of exasperation, hopefully lots of enjoyment. Yeah, so have a good day, everybody. Be well, be safe, and remember, if you can't make the world better, don't make it worse. Bye for now.